Welcome back to the Gym Boss Rebirth Podcast 2023. We're going to kick it off big and better. We're here with the beautiful Leona Miller, physiotherapist, and we're here to learn. It's a learning process for us. She's going to tell us about more of what she does and her company, Health and Recovery
Yes.
Physiotherapy.
Yes, so right. Health and Recovery
Welcome
Physiotherapy. Thank you very much. So, yes, as a physiotherapist, we treat a wide range of different conditions that involve cardiorespiratory, neurological, pediatrics, geriatric, musculoskeletal disorders, and neurological conditions.
Geriatric are for
and geriatrics, geriatrics are more for the older folks, they're older adults, and pediatrics would have been for the younger kids.
Okay.
So we do specialize in different. So at UE, you know, it was a general teaching, but for most of the
like when you start branch off the
so it's a general thing, but as you branch off, then you get accustomed to what you like, and then you probably further. So we do a little of everything, because when the doctors make the referrals, they refer different patients to along the span of those little areas. So when it comes on to neurological conditions or neurological physiotherapy, it's more we target disorders that affect the nervous system. For example, like Parkinson's, stroke, or brain injury patients. When it comes on to cardiorespiratory problems, we try to improve and prevent any form of disorders that, for example, like chronic bronchitis or asthma. We treat these conditions. When it comes on to pediatrics, so kids who suffer from developmental delays or any form of neurological conditions, we do aiding in.
But most of those would sound like adverse conditions. But physiotherapists also do like for sports, right?
Yeah, and we focus on sports as well. Yeah. Massage,
therapy, relaxation.
Yeah, so anything that, so when it comes on to sports injuries, what we tend to do is that we rehab our athletes back to their sport. So whether it be netball, football, cricket, everything, the goal for physical therapy is geared towards rehabbing them back to their sports.
So what are, if you could recall, one of the most challenging cases you ever come across, what would that be?
Well, you know, I would say more orthopedic cases, like musculoskeletal, when it comes down to motor vehicle accidents and bike accident patients. Yeah, so it's a traumatic thing. You know, persons, you know, that is a total life-changing thing where you were functional at one point, and then you know you don't have any use for your limbs or use for yourself, and your whole life changed completely. And
then physiotherapists can be like, the whole process can be years.
Yes, so it depends on the case. The rehab can take up to years, especially for neurological cases.
What does it cause psychologically to those persons that suffer from these conditions? Where you see like how they look on life, or you know, during the process?
Well, at the start is more of an acceptance stage for them, because your life changed drastically. So as a physiotherapist, we're not just therapists, but we are counselors, and you know, we have to be that motivational force behind them, trying to say, you know, yes, you can do it, you can achieve these things, and just to give them even a little realistic view of what their life can be like after. So even though, all right, you're a footballer, or you used to driving, or you know, if it's not possible, we still have to add our little take on it and say, here, this is what your life would have been after, and we try and make it as easy, or try and make it as accept the whole process of you transitioning from one stage of your life to the next.
And does most persons accept that eventually?
Not fully, but you have some persons who are very optimistic, and you know, once they have life, they just continue, and they're just trying to do better, do better.
When you come across a person like, as I said, a young age group, right, functioning perfectly fine, and they met in an accident, and you know, they immobilized, how is that to them? How they respond, like try to function back into society? The access to wheelchair, are those stuff kind of prevalent too also?
Yes, man. You can have access to any form of rehabilitative devices. The thing is that with the younger folks, well, so for them, it's just like the general outlook on life, really. You know, you feel like you're young and you're vibrant, you can conquer the world, and then, you know, this accident took a lot from you. They handle it very hard. Yeah, but you still have to have like support in terms of family support and
the support
friends.
Is there. They have the equipment, but the access to certain type of facility. Not every facility in Jamaica is designed to accept, you know, like wheelchair disabled people. And
no man, most of them are. Most of them are. Yeah. In terms of what you mean, in terms of the access to go like ramps up and stuff like. Yeah, man. Most of the hospitals facilitate all of those things in terms of the function and the access.
Schools.
Well, I think so.
And I'll tell you why I mentioned about schools. So. Because at Mona High, the facility is built to accept those type of individuals. So
ramps. You do see a lot of ramps, a lot of places in terms of schools and just business places. Yeah, you have a lot of ramps. Yeah, hospital settings, just to accommodate people who have disability. Yeah, you do.
All right. So your company now, what's some of the care treatment someone will expect when they come to your company?
All right. So with health and recovery physical therapy, we do offer a wide range of services. For example, when it comes on to the neurological cases, we do electrical stimulation to retrain muscles, you know, retrain them back to the normal function. We provide aquatic therapy. So you know, when you're transitioning from the weaker stages of the therapy, and just to get stronger, you know, we do the whole aquatic therapy to kind of stimulate the movement and muscle and maintain range of motion. So aquatic therapy is a big part of health and recovery rehab, because most persons in terms of either respiratory patients or musculoskeletal patients or neuro, you know, the water does a lot for them. You know, it's a good start.
A person born with cerebral palsy, most of them are not eligible to become officers in certain type of, you know, government institution like the army.
Yeah.
They normally prefer you not to have that type of defect, right? Should that limit a person's ability to serve the country?
Well, you know, if you look at a profession, you look at the profession's function and what is required. So if the physical is not up to par, then, you know, but maybe they can assist in different ways. So if it's administrative or something that have to do with more of the upper body, because as you know, with cerebral palsy patients, they have a lot of upper body function, less lower body function. Yeah, so that is why you see it's just to fit them in a role of assistance or administrative positions. Yeah, so that could work.
You know, I normally find interesting persons that normally have, they would say, not me, the term for it though, they're normally overweight.
Yeah, but it could be as a result of your genes, your genetics, you know. It's not, I don't think it have anything really to do with being overweight per se. It's more genetic and your phenotype and your makeup, you know.
How important is health and exercises even to recovery?
Very, very important. So when it comes to, I mean, for physical therapy, the whole base of our treatment is based on exercise, right? Yeah, the exercise. So if you are limited in one area or you have any form of impairment, we try and assist you where necessary with exercise to strengthen the muscles, because what we want to do is that we want to increase the functional capability of that person, you know, so that they can function in their regular lives. So yeah, so exercise is the main.
So we're all about exercising. We're all about having a healthy outlook on life. Do you promote person they should exercise even before they reach to these adverse conditions? They should practice having a healthy lifestyle. Yeah, man.
But yeah, so exercise is very important, and one should always try and remain as healthy as possible. Because, for example,
what does that mean, though, to be healthy?
Huh? To be healthy? Yeah. Well, you can be healthy in different ways. You have the physical health, you have mental health. So to be healthy, I guess it's to be more mindful, more aware, more tolerant of yourself. When it comes on to the physical, you know, and when it comes on to physical fitness, it's that too splits up in different sections where you have fitness in terms of endurance, in terms of muscle strength, you know. So it's like you have different parts. So it's for you to get your assessment done either from a physical therapist or, you know, go and check out yourself as a doctor's office or even just seek help with a psychotherapist just to check out your health and thing. Then, you know, they have certain criteria that they would rate you off to say, all right, good, you're healthy.
So do you think that physiotherapists are utilized efficiently in our society?
Yeah, I think we are. Yes, we are. A lot of doctors call upon physiotherapists on a regular basis, and you have doctors from all different type of specialties. And physiotherapists, we do touch a bit of everything, whether it be the cardiorespiratory section, the neurological, neuro doctors, the vascular surgeon who just want to get the patients up and going, the orthopedic surgeons, the pediatrics, the geriatric specialties, you know, all of them do call upon physical therapy, you know.
So the question I was going to ask you is that for physical therapists, right, do they normally encourage persons to, as a physiotherapist, they normally encourage persons to be careful of the type of load that they carry? Because for students, I was in particular like Jamaica Society, primary school, it's a student with a lot of big, heavy strap bag walking and all of that. Person, when they drive in, they probably have poor posture, right? Person, if they're exercising, they have poor form, how to carry out the motion. How does physiotherapist, therapy can help, you know, educate the person about some of the practices to prevent those type of things?
Yeah, so as a physiotherapist, a lot of the patients come with a lot in terms of back pain. You know, a lot of persons come with a middle age or younger or adult, older adults. They do come with a lot of back pain. So what we do, we educate. We educate them about the do's and the don'ts, their posture.
How should they sleep? How should they sleep on the bed?
Sleeping?
Yeah.
So we do educate them. We do educate them in sitting first. You know, where when you sit, you know, you ensure that you rest your back on a proper back support. You ensure that the curvature of the back is kept like a S curvature. You support the lower back. You know, we have that little bulge out to support the curvature of the spine. You ensure that your feet are flat on the floor, and you ensure that when you're using the desk, like, you know, your workstation, elbows are at 90 degrees, you're looking straight into the monitor. You know, so we do encourage people in terms of sitting as well as lying. Where you lie, you can either lie on your side, you can put a pillow underneath your waist, you can put a pillow in between your leg, and also a nice flat pillow underneath your head. Right? And then even just for lying, and it's just even just for different positions. You can lie on your side versus lying on your back. You can place pillows underneath you. So if you have a good
yeah, because most women, if you're going to them bedroom, they see a lot of pillows.
Yeah.
Most men understand why the importance of that.
Yeah, so probably it's good for support. Yeah, it's good for support. Support the hips, support the back, support the legs, the thighs. Yeah, just to maintain a proper posture.
In the Asian community, they don't use the restroom like how we would use. They probably have like a stool to put their feet on, you know, have a better curvature for defecate. Do you think
well, I don't know.
There's some science behind that?
All right, we're going to cut that part here. You ask me something else.
No, for real.
No, but I want to tell you, you know, you see the bearing down. I'm not talking as a physiotherapist here, but I find myself when I have to go to the bathroom, I have to raise my legs higher because I can't sit so high. You know, when the legs are higher up, and it's like the abdomen, it can contract more, right. And you know you pass your stool a little bit.
It actually restrict it.
Yeah. So the positioning, I think positioning is very important when you come on to passing stool.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And that's from a personal perspective.
It is.
Yeah, and I hear a lot of people talk about it as well. So yeah, a good position is, and I see when I go in other some person's bathroom, you have a stool. I don't know if you guys ever see it before, but they put a stool right underneath the toilet. But I've seen it, so
yeah, definitely.
It works. It works.
All right. So for you work with any athletes, sports athletes?
No. The most I do is the massages for them. No, it's more massages. Yeah, sports massage, release up tensions. But you know, I have worked with athletes. You know, like boys and girls champs. Probably a cricketer, a track and field person. But mostly when it comes down to athletes, I don't really go so far in the athletic part. I'm more in the other areas. But when it comes down to sports, it's more manipulation, muscle release, you know, stuff like that. And rehab, because a lot of the times when I have patients, I work for an orthopedic surgeon, by the way. So most of the cases that I get is like ACL tears, ankle tears, you know, a lot of shoulder injuries. So when he goes in and repair, then I would have to get them up back to their sport.
Rehabilitation.
So rehab them back to their sport where they can actually run, jump, do whatever they have to do after that.
How you get started? How you became a physiotherapist? What's the process?
So the process of becoming a physiotherapist is when you apply to university. So how I got into UA, well, how I got to the whole physical therapy part, deciding that I wanted to be a physiotherapist. So my mother was a nurse and she was working in the hospital, and she saw some persons working in the hospital and she's saying, you know, Leona, you know, you can be a physiotherapist. And
she was the one encouraging you.
Yeah, so she was the one who was really encouraging me to do physiotherapy, and she said, you know, after a while, you know, you can work for yourself, and you know, you can make a very good impact. Because my mother is a very caring person, so she tends to really care for people. So physiotherapy was a very close. You have this little closeness where you can build connections with people. So she loved that for me, so I decided to do it, and it was good. I actually enjoy it. I love my job. I really love my job.
What's the relationship you have with some of your clients in terms of how they rely on you as a support system during the rehab process?
Well, they're really, well, they're happy. They're happy.
Are you like on call 24/7?
Yeah, man. My patients can always call me at any time they want. They text me at any time at all, in terms of morning all the way down to night. But the thing is that I'm a very open person. You understand? And when a person is in pain, it's good to have somebody to be there for you. I mean, I have my limits. It's not that I'm going to always respond, but I respond when I can. You get me? And I don't mind the text and all of that, but I like to be very supporting of my patients and ensure that they recover, and they recover well. So I do, and a lot of times where cost is concerned, I try and make certain arrangements just that they have access to physiotherapy.
Right, in terms of cost, who don't want to foot the bill? Companies?
It depends.
Individual insurance?
It just depends on who. If you're working for a company, it would have been if you're working for the company and you have a plan, a medical plan, if it's just you working on your own independently, it would have been the cost of yours. But it just depends in different situations who put the cost for physical therapy.
Yeah. Important insurance. You suggest that everybody should
get an insurance? Of course. It helps a lot. You know, you could have all 80% off. You know, they cover 80% because you cannot predict in terms of future what might happen to you if you're going to meet in an accident, or if anything at all can happen. But when you have medical insurance, it really assists a lot. You know, so yeah, at least you can prepare for the future. You can prepare.
So your friend circle though. Your friend circle, I mean, you go to university, you're surrounded around person in the same profession. It keeps like that, or you branch out, meeting other persons, you know, that adds to your resume, adds to your service skills.
Yes, so while I was at UA, I was a very social person. So I do talk to a lot of persons at university. And when I left UA, I kept on maintaining the connections. Because I'm a very social person, and while I was at UA, I was an entrepreneur. I used to do a lot of, you know, buying and selling, and when I left UA, it was the same. So it was always good to keep in contact with persons for that purposes, and just to keep the link. You know, it's nice to have like-minded persons around you who can motivate you. They can be your mentors, and just to learn from.
Because that helps with the referral too, because most of the time your friends going to refer you to other persons.
And then that too is your friends them end up supporting you and referring persons to you. Yeah, most of the time. And then when you even go out as a professional, you have to go in the spaces where you can interact with persons and network and try to see if you can make an impact with people. Yeah.
So client retention is important, but building new clientele is also important.
Yes, it is.
All right, cool. So if they want to know more about you or where they can find you to contact you for your service, where they can find you.
So I'm on Instagram, Health and Recovery Rehab. I'm on Facebook as well, Health and Recovery Rehab. And also you can contact me. Well, yeah, we can say that. Yeah.
I mean, once you contact her via the social media.
Yes, I have a social media platform. You can always contact me on that. Yeah, so yeah.
All right, guys, I was telling you about Fit University. It's an online platform will get you connected to physiotherapists, medical doctors, nutritionists, and also sports specialists that can help you on a weight loss journey or any type of issues you have, neurologically or medically. All right, so the link is fituniversity.org. When you sign on to fituniversity.org, you have access to all of these specialists, competent people in their professions. All right, so stop being in the couch, stop being lazy, go to the gym, work out, take care of yourself. 2023, we have a lucky team, and you know, better ourselves basically.
That's right.
So you see yourself as an entrepreneur.
I do.
Even though you're a physiotherapist, you know to monetize your skill and how to provide a better service that can impact.
Because I was first an entrepreneur before I was a physical therapist,
right,
so the physiotherapist was a big plus. Having the mindset of an entrepreneur, always, you know, going out there and trying to get it and trying to be creative. So it was really good. Yeah, it's a good combination. It's so sad that a lot of persons who are professionals don't really venture off into being an entrepreneur. They're more constricted to the profession, and they're just looking for some handouts, you know. But if you want something, you should go out there and get it. Right. It's there. You just have to reach out and take it.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. Later.